Got a Weird Tales adventure here, heavy on the Lovecraft. Stick around, I'll tell you about it. Hi, folks. Old Man Grognard here, and today we've got a module that's heavy on the Lovecraft and Cthulhu influence with a Weird Tales twist. It's The Mystery at Port Greely for Astonishing Swordsmen and Sorcerers of Hyperborea, or any old school game, particularly first edition or Osric. Now, this one's a beauty. It's about 40 pages, written by Jeffrey P. Talenian. I even wrote it phonetically this time. It's for a 4th to 6th level party. It was done in 2016. Here's the book, right here. This is what you get for your money. And it's got a really interesting feel to it, because he was obviously inspired by Lovecraft, and Lovecraft did have something to do with the Weird Tales. Particularly the story Shadow over Innsmouth, one of my favorite Lovecraft stories, which is funny because in Hyperborea there is a town named Innsmouth. But this one takes place at Port Greely, and basically the PCs are hired by the Kingdom of Chromarium's Fishmongers Guild. Seems like they the Port Greely branch has been cut off. They're not getting their, like, they get lobsters from them and things like that. And they sent a committee of 3 to go check it out, and they never came back. So now they're getting people who actually go out and find stuff, adventurers, to find out what happened to them. So the usual thing happens. And I mean usual, if you've read the story or ever played Call of Cthulhu, you kind of get the idea of what's going to go on, what's going to come down. But I'll kind of clue you in. Okay, fishmen have pretty much taken over the town and have bred with some of the residents to make fishman hybrids. They basically turn into fishmen after puberty. And they are convinced by their god, Cthulhu, and their priest that the Chromariums are no good. Nobody in Hyperborea is any good except them and their god. And so they just cut off all relations with them. And basically you're just trying to get the lowdown. Now you do hook up at one point with the town drunk, who seems to know what's going on. There are some humans, but mostly they're in outlying areas, and what humans are left in the town, they're basically in fear for their life. The priest is pretty much the de facto leader in the town, politically and religiously. And he's pretty much, I think, a fishman or a fishman hybrid or something like that. And they will take people and get blessed by the foul thing from the stars that came down to basically, they brought him here. The fishmen brought him here. Basically, they turn people into fishmen hybrids or fishmen eventually. It's either by birth or the thing touches them. And if it doesn't work, they become aquatic zombies. So you got that going for you. They've got tricks, traps. Port Greely's got some. Let me show you what the book looks like. Here it is. Here's one of the pages. Nice 2-column layout as usual. Easy to read font. I can't believe I read this in a day. Now, I know what people think, you turn these out all the time. And it's like, yeah, but I'm a real slow reader. But this was an easy read. I mean, it just took me through. There's the lighthouse on one of the Greely Shoals Islands, which is right outside Port Greely there. And they've got some beautiful maps and artwork. There's a map of the temple. The artwork, the cover, was by Charles Lang, and the interior art is by just fantastic by Peter Mullen and Del Tigler. Del Tigler's turning into one of my favorite artists. I mean, look at this. That's one of the plates they have on there. I love good black and white artwork, and his is some of the best. The maps are no slouch either. There's Port Greely itself, and how Port Greely works into the local area around Cremarium. I'm not saying this is not a picture book. This isn't like a coffee table module. The module is really good. It's got some really deep traps in it. And what I like about it, see, it combines Lovecraft with the sword and sorcery, which, let me explain. I find in this kind of fiction, I find there's the Lovecraft camp and the Howard camp. And the other authors fall somewhere in between. Because Lovecraft came up with this mythos, and other authors expanded on it, but he came up with the base thing, and he mainly used it for horror. Anybody who played Call of Cthulhu or read the stories or anything like that understand what I'm talking about. Insanity blasting, things from the stars that man can't comprehend, and we're all little tiny specks in the universe, and just like a very nihilistic, bleak outlook. I've ran Call of Cthulhu. I can make it work without the bleak outlook. But that's the basis of the Lovecraft thing. Then you have the Howard camp over here who saw all that and go, oh, neat. There's stuff for Conan and our other heroes to fight. They totally, there is no sanity loss in here. There's nothing that's going to bend your brain. But it's basically stuff to fight. Isn't that a beautiful cover? I like that. But it's got a real atmosphere to it. Port Greely really has a good atmosphere. And once again, like the other like Ghost Ship that I did a while ago, Port Greely, if you clean it out, make a real good base for your characters. So I recommend it. You can find it at the Northwind Adventures website, $22. Or if you want the PDF, Drive Through an RPG Now, both have it for 10. I'll put the links down there. And it's a great romp. And also if you've been on a steady diet, I mean, I know you get weird monsters and stuff in normal this kind of thing, but if you want to do something, a change of pace, this is a good one to do right here. And it's a good module for a great piece. It's written by Jeff it's written by Jeff Talanian again, so he's the author of Astonishing Swordsman. So, go out, get it. It's great, and tell me about it. Tell me about it at oldmangrognard at gmail.com. Okay, that's all I got until. Be doing another one pretty soon. So until next time, bye-bye.